Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Dr. Stone. We're now on season 3, episode 16, which is called Total War. Yeah, that's probably not the words that Senku was hoping would happen with this whole thing, but as I said in the last episode, I think that as much as they have laid down some plans, hoping things go exactly the way they want, it probably didn't go that way. So either way, they're launching their attack, hoping to get the team of petrification to throw their beam up into the air so they can snatch it, and then also somehow incapacitate Maz so that he doesn't turn on them and take them out in the process. So a lot of definite contingencies, a lot of what ifs that are very much all very dependent on each other and for this plan going exactly the way they want. So yeah, we'll have to see whether or not that actually happens. I'm hoping something like that actually happens because the Kingdom of Science is pretty much putting it all on the line right now, because even Senku, everybody is here this time. There's really no escape if they get caught this time. So I'm ready to jump into the episode and see what happens. Just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know when I drop episodes, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. It is. I really hope you can, bro. This is gonna be do or die this time, man. Woo! Genro said I'm out late. I'm out waiting. Light sorcery, I can't. No, don't. Anytime someone waves you over, that's a no. The dramatics. Okay, do you really just want little sisters? Is that what this is all about, Moz? You just want little sisters so you guys can play games and stuff? You can play pretend fighting. You should say that. And she's gonna get stopped. Don't throw the drone yet. Don't throw the drone yet. Great, you just jinxed us, Chrome, thanks. Someone put this girl in the Major League Baseball. She's got an arm. Ibarra, didn't I tell y'all you were underestimating him? He took it. I knew someone should have taken that damn thing off of Kohaku. And I bet you they use the same frequency. So sad. But I had a feeling, I mean, how would Maz know to take that, right? How would have Amaryllis known? But I knew it was going to turn out to be a problem. That's too bad. Old man does win. Listen, kids, it doesn't matter how smart you are. If you have experience, I'm telling you, experience makes a huge difference. Why is he doing like this Jedi mind trick here? Mm-hmm. Here's the real one. They said we're leaving without your asses. To geriatric pets. Homie's probably like 30. Like, jeez. You really are leaving Senku behind, the guy who has no cardio? Senku's gonna get captured, isn't he? Homie was dying to use this thing, but can you hit a moving target? It's one thing to hit bottles on a shelf. Moving targets for even the best out there is difficult. Did you leave the gun at home? I knew he was up to something the second I saw him staring at. Anyway. Bro, Senku has been handing it to you for months. You could have stayed back and done that. Your boat's gone. Not yet, but the same way, like, man ain't stupid. That kinky, exactly. Don't underestimate them. Because they're gonna head to the mainland. You don't have to actually be in direct contact with it. You just need to be inside. That's a wonderful song lyric. What does that mean? Alright, let's hear the plan, Senku, because the first one did not go. I mean, I kind of knew it was going to go sideways the second they got discovered. Let's be real. Don't follow him again. Don't. That gun does not shoot that far. Thank you. Baka. Quickly now. They won't care. I shouldn't say they won't care, but what are they gonna do? You ready to step up and be the king? We hope. Fumigate. That is an interesting term, but yeah, that's about right. Gen, I think you need a heavy rock, bro. I hate to say it. Thank you. Gen's gonna have to find a big rock and just knock that big boy out. Sorry. Told ya. Yeah, it doesn't have the range for that, bro. Do you know the kind of weapon you'd need to make that distance? Get the gun. Gen is an idiot. Why would you follow this man? This man does not know anything, and he's not going to hit. I promise you he's not going to hit the target. Sorry, Buster, remember, do you think Magma cares? Actually, it's going to buy them time. It's a distraction at this point. Sis said, never mind, I'll take care of it. Thank you. Literally a sinking empire. Oh my god. This is what happens when you work with amateurs. No one cares about a rolling melon? Hope Soyuz is gonna be okay seeing his daddy like that. That's gotta suck. Because his daddy was not in a good place. Is it? Or did he take it? He smashed it. Bara is very smart. As I said, can't underestimate that man. No, you need, what's her name? Yuzu's pretty good at putting them back together. How fast can she work? But how long? That's a lot of pieces! That's too bad. Careful now. They just glued that back together. Not him remembering his birth. Yes. Damn, that kid's got a really good memory. Spinning image. Soyuz, respectfully, I know this is highly traumatic, but I'm gonna need you to get it together. We ain't got time. 20 years, damn. Ooh, the ghost daddy. What happened to your head, though? I was gonna say, like, they showed in the last or earlier part that part of his face actually looked like a skeleton. So I thought maybe he'd been hurt before he was petrified, but maybe it's because his skin was actually falling off. Hurry up, please, because someone needs to smack that kid's head hard. End episode. Everyone's got their missions, even though they're all over the place. This is crazy. But you know what? Somehow this bumbling crew always seems to find a way to make it work. So yeah, we're kind of still in this whole mess. We found out that Ibarra, as I claimed last episode, he is not one to be overlooked. He's not one to be messed with. My guy is smart. He has not maintained control like this for so long by pure luck. He's got a mind for shenanigans, for manipulation, for just looking at the whole picture. And sadly, it'd be great if you'd use that kind of knowledge and thinking to help them out, but instead he's using it to maintain control of these people that he is willfully keeping in ignorance. And so anyways, we see that it turned out to be, didn't I say a couple episodes ago that earpiece should have been removed, but they zoomed in on it for a reason, right? They wanted us to see that she still had it in her ear. And I was like, there's no way, right? Like, it's too pretty, it's ornate. Who wouldn't take that off of a statue that's not going to need it anymore, right? So it looks like, unfortunately, between this pretty piece of jewelry that attracted the eye of Ibarra and the fact that unfortunately the Kingdom of Science did not think about not making the exact same earring again, he put two and two together and realized there was something special about it. And also they said that that Maz doesn't usually wear jewelry, so that's something else that he should have thought about. Is that I understand, there was a whole plot going on, but this is why you need to kind of, and they couldn't have known that, right? To know that Maz should have really only been putting that thing in when he needed it and otherwise putting it away. But I think obviously even Maz underestimated how smart Ibarra is. Like, he knows Ibarra is smart, but I don't think he really realizes that he's cunning, and that because of the way he is, the kind of man he is going to be constantly looking for plots within plots, because that's the kind of stuff he does. So anyways, we find out that because Ibarra figured out that the earring was the transmission device, he was able to counteract what was going to happen with this whole plot and unfortunately subverted it. But thankfully, both Senku and Ryushi had a gut feeling that something was off, and they were able to very quickly pivot and be like, yeah, no, we got to turn this thing around because it's definitely not going the way we want. But of course, never according to plan. We see that Magma, still looking for his glory, still a simple-minded idiot. He took the gun and now he wants to go and take down Ibarra so he can say that he did it and take his place as the leader of everything, which is just not going to happen. But digressing, so that's going on. Gen followed him because I guess he was trying to keep him from doing anything too stupid. But we see now that unfortunately they've now lost their advantage because they had no idea about the gun before this. But now that, Maz has seen it, he's going to know that he's got to dodge it. So like the one chance they really had to use that against him is the element of surprise. They've lost that now. And so they also realized that Ibarra figured out how to move the boat. So now he's moved the boat. They can't run back to it. Thankfully, there's no way they're going to figure out how to use everything on board, at least right away. But it's enough that as Yukio said, not Yukio, it was, was it Yukio? But anyways, one of them basically said that they're people of the sea. So it's not going to take them long to figure out how to use the things on the ship, especially the sailing mechanisms, etc. He's like, they're not, and I said that, they're not dumb, right? Just because people are not exposed to something does not mean they can't pick it up. The same way Chrome was naturally inquisitive and naturally inclined towards having a scientific and engineering mind, I'm sure some of the people on this island are also just that, and they just haven't been exposed to the right spark to get that thinking going. So long story short, they need to get the boat back quick, otherwise they're never getting it back. And so we see that Senko figured out that while, him moving everybody as far as the villagers onto the boat, it's inconvenient that the boat's no longer in their grasp, but he said that he mentions that this is going to give them the perfect opportunity to expose the fact that he is not actually working in conjunction with the master, which is something that, everyone's kind of going off of as far as the masses. And so with that in place, at least that would get the people to not want to listen to Ibarra directly anymore. But as I said, I don't know if that's going to be enough, because while he still has control of that damn petrification beam, people, even if they don't serve him out of thinking they're serving the master, they'll do it out of fear. So they got to figure something out quick. But yeah, right now we see that we got one team at the beach trying to keep them distracted so they don't realize what's going on. And then the other team is at the master's place trying to get the statue, which they discovered that he smashed. And unfortunately, Yuriza, she confirmed that the revival fluid will not bring back Soyuz's father, unfortunately, because she said too much degradation has happened. So it's interesting to me though, because maybe it's because it's the new beam, because we see that all the original petrified people, they were there for thousands of years, and yet they're still revivable. So I'm not sure if it's because this new petrification beam or the smaller one has a different effect. But as I said, we saw when we first saw the statue that, half of his face was actually showing like his skull, and it looked like he'd been burned with acid almost, right? So that's when I was like, oh, so maybe something happened happened before he was petrified, but it sounds like this is just part of the degradation process. So unfortunately for Soyuz, there is no bringing back his dad, but at least, he, like he said, he remembers his dad's face. They'll be able to put back the statue as it needs to be, and they will be able to prove that that Ibarra is in fact an imposter. So we'll have to see how that part goes. And now we've got a few plans in motion. They're putting together a statue, and then we've got Magma about to do something stupid, and hopefully everybody else showing up right beside him, hoping to stop him before he does something stupid. So the total war continues in our next episode, which I can't wait to see. So that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please show some love, and I will see you in the next one.